The church is God's. It is his idea, his plan, his people. Its purpose is not for us to define, nor its convictions for us to determine. They are for us to receive through divine revelation and uphold by divine power. Before the foundation of the world, God determined that he would gather for himself a people from every tribe and tongue and nation. Before man was ever created, God determined that he would redeem a people for his glory. By his Spirit, he would make dead hearts alive, and he would make blind eyes see the glories of his Son. Before Jesus, the eternal Son of God, left his place of prominence in heaven to walk on this earth, before he died on his cross for our redemption, he promised to build his church, to protect it and preserve it from those seeking to destroy it. Before Jesus ascended into heaven to return to his place of prominence, he scattered his church. He sent his followers on a mission to make disciples. He sent them with a message, the good news of his life, his death, and his resurrection. And he sent them empowered by his Spirit. And now, some 2,000 years later, we gather as his church because of the sacrifice and the generosity of Christians over the centuries, and because of the faithfulness of Jesus to fulfill his promise. We gather, asking him to refresh our weary hearts, to clear our muddied minds, and to focus our distracted eyes. We gather representing many expressions of his local church, on mission to expand his church, giving our lives to serve his church, and humbly seeking to lead his church. We gather, convinced that God designed his church. And we gather, committed to align our ambition and activities not to our ideas, but to the church that God intended. We gather in all of this, not for our fame, but for his glory.